exception, ain't no exception. I need some clarity, not begging for prosperity. I need some clarity. Open my eyes, Lord. Open my eyes, Lord. I'm sick and tired of being tired of being sick. In my head 24/7, how I'm supposed to pay the rent. Practice, I don't play.
Alright everyone, welcome back to another video of Rated Customs. And as you guys can see behind me, in today's video we are installing the new seats we bought for Shannon's car. Shannon bought the seat, by the way, excuse me for that. But we're gonna leave the unboxing to Shannon, you guys will see that in a few. But I know I left you guys hanging in the previous video, so let me show you guys the interior that we completed in the previous episode. Show them your interior. Looking good?
Need lighting.
Yeah, there's a bitchy lighting here though guys, sorry. If anyone, okay, someone actually sponsors lighting, we just need to sort it out still. But look how the interior looks. Doesn't have any seats in, you can see there. The interior is quite complete. The door panels is looking amazing. Keep in mind, one thing I do want to mention is that you guys can see on the steering wheel, there's some stitching loose. But we will be sorting out all that in the future with a replacement steering wheel. So you guys will have to stay tuned for that. We do not have any gear knob in or linkages at the moment, you guys can see right there. We fitted a 9-inch double dun right there for Shannon with a relocation of the climate control. I did not explain any of that in the previous episode, but we got that sorted as well. And the sound deadening is sorted, the whole interior is technically fitted. We just need to fit the seats, give the car proper clean, and yeah, we'll go from there. If I did miss out anything, do just leave a comment down below. I do think I mentioned everything, but one thing I do want your help with is show you, Shannon. So you can see here, there's one crack here. So even if you guys can get test this whole quarter panel this side and the whole quarter panel for the interior that side, because that one also has a crack somewhere.
At the bottom by the door.
Yeah, just there by the door. So yeah, that's about that. It has a few scratches at the back. We're gonna try and sort that out in the near future. But for now, we're gonna get the seats in, and yeah, once the seats in, the interior should be complete. Did I miss anything out, Shannon? Yeah, the interior should be complete. Safety belts, everything is in. Although yeah, just a few cracks and stuff in the interior we need to sort out. There's a lot of finalizing to still do with the interior, or regarding the interior, but in due time we'll get it sorted. If you did miss out anything, leave a comment down below. If there's any things in the interior you can see that we can potentially do better, leave a comment down below, because we are entering Shannon's car for show and shine. We're entering the car to be judged. So we obviously not expecting to be anything. Shannon's not expecting to be anything, but we're building the car to the best of our ability. No, Shannon? So if you guys can help us better everything or anything, comment down below, drop me a DM, and maybe just sponsor. Thank you.
Heavy on the please.
Rafa. this is currently the next day and we are in the process of getting, well, the engine prepared to go into the engine bay. As you guys probably seen in the previous clips, let me just show you guys quickly. I did the fuel filter relocation kit. Keep in mind, this is not really like a complete kit, but you guys can hit up concept support. His details will be on the screen and in the description down below. He can hook you up with the entire kit. Me and him spend some time to get this kit together, so if you guys need this specific kit, you can see there, you cut off the feed line, you create like a banjo fitting, and you do the braided hose and everything right there. Everything is sorted there. I created this bracket right here to relocate to the clutch reservoir bottle right here. So that's sorted. Got that sorted. The lines are sorted. Everything else is perfectly good. Unfortunately, I did end up cutting off this threaded bolt right here. I was not supposed to. I'll need to draw that out and put a riv nut in there. So that was threaded riv nut, and we can mount the heater valve in that section right here. One thing I forgot to give clarity on is the freshly resprayed valves. Hit up Chetty, his details will be on the screen and description down below. He hooked us up, he's based in the Highbury Cold River area. He did a phenomenal job with these wheels. I'm not entirely sure if you guys do know this, but this specific set was black before this, and he did a phenomenal job choosing the color for us and doing the respray in like at least a few days. Super happy with the outcome, and I do think he's gonna pop with the car with all the changes we will be doing towards the caliper and disc color as well. Here on the other hand, we have the gearbox. You can see it's quite filthy, but we will get it cleaned up. Not now, we can get it cleaned up once everything is on the engine, because we don't really want to wet the entire place right here. So the goal is get the engine on, get the gearbox mounted. Before we get the gearbox mounted, you can see we got the flywheel on. Flywheel is lightened as well, it's cleaned. I just need to spray it down. It's been laying here for some time. Just need to spray it down with some brake cleaner, which we have right here. Spray it down, and we have a fresh XCD clutch here somewhere. Not entirely sure where it is. It is laying here, oh there's it laying, right there. We got a fresh XCD clutch. That XCD clutch I actually purchased by Matthew Kane a while ago. I'm not entirely sure if he still supplies the clutches, but I'll leave his details in the description down below and on the screen if he does, so you guys can make contact with him if you guys need an XCD clutch as well. At the current time, it might be a little hard to get your hands on one, but yeah, I'm happy with the outcome and happy that we made all the purchases way far in advance, because this is like, how many days is left on the day? 15 days. Yeah, today's the 17th. So it's like 15 days, more or less. I can't do my math now, but 200 day, 200 day, and then yeah, we need to get this car done as soon as possible. I'm super tired. You guys will probably see we have been working a lot of like late nights on the cars, or on the car and on the other cars as well, so we really want to get the car done in time, because this is Easter weekend, today's Thursday, and we really want to get as much progress as we can this entire weekend. So for now, we'll get the box mounted, and hopefully once we get the box mounted, I can actually start doing the engine loom tuck on the engine. There are a few stuff I still need to sort out. You can see the box needs to be clean. We do got some new hardware on. Ground Ford sorted out. Ground Ford refreshed this entire box. This is a VTEC S4C gearbox. Refreshed the entire box. Super happy with the outcome. And well, it is still nerve-wracking every time you put a freshly rebuilt box or freshly rebuilt engine in your car. So time fast, and we're sure everything's gonna work out quite well. But whew, B20 in the mix. We are so close, guys. We are really so close, and I'm super excited. But there has been quite a journey. I'm not really rushing the process, but I'm also trying to get a lot done at the same time to avoid us just documenting everything like piece for piece takes some time, so we just throw a lot of everything in the same video. By the way, Tyron's here prepping his car as well. Mr. Castle Light himself. Soek 'n sponsor.
Ek gee jou keus.
Die man werkt nou by die politiestasie ook, man. Yeah, we got the VTEC spoiler right here, supplied by Kurt Wang. and resprayed by Uncle Ronnie. So yeah, we need to get the spoiler fitted. We're gonna do that tonight as well. Maybe I'll show you guys that process. You guys really know the entire process. I did it on my dad's 150i. But yeah, Darren's excited, die man smaak. Klaar maak. Darren actually has a whole process going on for this car, and we're gonna give you guys a sneak peek of everyone's car once we in the preparation, well, for Honda Day with everyone's cars. Keegan's car is Kalaya.
Let's fuel and go. What?
This is the next morning, and we are currently in the process getting majority of the parts cleaned. The next parts needs to be installed, cleaned out. Shannon's currently busy there with the power steering lines. Power steering lines are there. In front of me right here we have the drive shafts. It's a 3-piece drive shaft we call the intermediate shaft. Then you get that is the passenger side shaft, and this is the driver side shaft. And you can see we have 2 sets right here, and the reason why we have 2 sets of shafts is because I have a space set for my vehicle and Shannon has a set for hers. In this current time, we're gonna see what we can do with everything here and make Shannon out the best set of shafts. We do have a brand new set of outer CVs right here. If you guys follow that bolt right there, that is Shannon's daily, the D13 daily. And when we purchased that car, we got a set of outer CVs, which is right there because that outer CVs did not fit on that drive shafts. Meaning it could be that it is for a B series shafts, and this is a set of 3-piece B series shafts. We will try to get the outer CVs fitted on here. If it does not fit, we unfortunately are forced to buy brand new outer CVs. And out of the 4 inner CVs, I'm gonna choose the best 2 inner CVs for Shannon's car right here. Last night we got all the brackets on, majority of the components, we got all the belts on, we got the power steering with the power steering belt on, we got the aircon pump with the aircon belt on and tensioner, alternator is on with the alternator belt, we got majority of the brackets on for the engine mounts, that is sorted, we got the starter on, I tightened up the fan switch, we got the speedo sensor, more known as the VSS, vehicle speed sensor. The intermediate shaft is tightened by these 2 bolts right here and that one right there, and it will be going in there. Before we can fit the intermediate shaft, we will be replacing the seals for the gearbox. You can see here, seals are quite bad, but we do have somewhere in here, we have a original Honda drive shaft seal. So if you guys need seals, that is the part number right there. That's the one part number, and here is the other part number. There we go. If you guys need drive shaft seals for your Honda, you can head on to Honda. Unfortunately, this is just for the B series. Not entirely sure how different the other gearboxes are, but keep in mind the driver side and passenger side entrance for the gearboxes, or where the inner CVs go, they are different sizes. Just keep that in mind. So don't just buy one with one size for both sides. You're gonna make a mistake, because I actually made that mistake previously before. You guys already seen the engine bay. We haven't really touched the engine bay at all. Only things we did was we fitted this oil mount, which is the passenger side top engine mount. We got the T-bracket installed, and we got a brand new Technosa rear engine mounting installed. That is a nightmare to replace once the engine is in. So we got that done and dusted as well. Unfortunately, when Ashwin did the shaving of the bay, he unfortunately shaved these two holes closed, which this specific bracket comes on, which is for the power steering bottle reservoir. And you can see it's supposed to sit right there. So I'm going to have to drill that out, put some threaded rivet inserts in there, or threaded rivets in there. And then, stupid me, that one right there, I cut off. That is for this specific valve right there that blocks off and lets in warm, coolant into your interior system, which gives yourself some heat when it's cold, and when you obviously want to drive for some aircon on, you just shift it to the cold section and that pulls that cable right there in, blocks off the water, and yeah, that's technically how the heater system or the heater valves work. You can see there, I think it's open now. Okay, it goes the other way. Oh, I can't do this one hand. There we go. See, it's closed. Open, close, open. There you go. So now the heater valve is explained, and that's how you get like warm air into your system, because it has like a mini radiator condenser in the interior. Warm water enters and exits on this side, and that way with the blower system blowing through it, it gives you warm air. So if you block off the inlet or the feed of the warm water with that valve by shifting the cable on the inside of the car, which, well, let me show you guys this if you guys do not know what I'm referring to. It's this right here. So that is cold and that is warm. So once you shift it like that, you can hear it closes up there in front, and that gives you, well, it blocks off all the warm water, warm cooling going into the system, and that way you have cold air whenever you're putting on the blower system. Sorry, might be pretty boring for everyone, but for a few of you guys that might be first viewers, it's a little bit tough to understand, and this is a quite complex build. We're running out of funds at the moment, but we are pushing because we had a certain budget for the car and we went well over the budget just for these 2 months. But me and Shannon, we will try to get something put together once the car is fully complete after holiday, and we might give a nice expense breakdown on this build, how much it actually costs to get the car to where, well, it not is at the moment, but once it's fully complete. So stay tuned, but let's drill out those holes for you.